So today, after getting up, we didn't want to rush. We just had a leisurely breakfast, and then roughly around 10:30, we started from Kandy. The journey was long, so we took multiple pit stops, and we knew that at each of the stops we want to do something. For example, visit a tea garden, have lunch, for example, or visit the lakes or the natural beauties of that place. Take a moment to pause and appreciate that. So we had that kind of a plan. We wanted to take it slow. We wanted to have enjoy the journey rather than just go through it. We traveled through the tea country of Sri Lanka, and the journey was from Kandy to Yala through Nuwara Eliya. And as the name suggests, this is where the country's tea plantations can be found. It's extremely scenic, lush green landscapes, mountain tunnels like this. And as you go towards the higher altitudes, you would find literally the low-lying clouds. And this place is also known as Little England, by the way, because of the widespread view of the tea plantations that you have and lush greenery on all sides. Wherever you look, left, right, you can literally see all shades of green. So for example, we took a stop at this place. It's really beautiful. There are tea gardens on all sides, and then you can spot the hills with different shades of green, and then there is a lake as well at a distance. There were many people who stopped at this type of places, maybe to buy souvenirs, maybe to just have a cup of tea, or just take a break while driving on their way to the top. Now, we had learned a lesson from the visit to Spice Garden during Matale, and hence for the tea estate, we did some research from beforehand, and we decided to stop at Damro Tea on the way. I'll give the details in the description. And Damro has roughly around 5,000 hectares of lush green plantations spread across the entire region. And they produce both for the Sri Lankan market as well as for the international exports. When we were searching for which place to visit, then many places came up, but Damro was like kind of in all the lists that we are seeing. And while on our way, we saw advertisements of Damro and the plantations of Damro, to be precise, along the way. And it's kind of understandable because their annual production kind of exceeds 8 million kilograms. And they were like everywhere. While on the route, there are many other tea plantations as well. But Damro was like every 5-10 minutes, you would see something of Damro. So when we reached the factory, an employee of theirs took us for a quick tour, and before that, there is no pressure to hurry through the process. They let you be at peace to enjoy the beauty of the place, as well as to see your things around, as in there are different varieties of tea on display. If you want to read them, if you just want to take photographs and all that, it's fine with them. So as I was saying, the employee who took us for a tour of the factory, she told us how the tea is produced using the finest hand-picked leaf from the plantations. Damro has stringent quality control measures to ensure that the end product meets the requirements of the high quality Sri Lankan tea that we are quite familiar with. They offer you a free cup of tea, and if you want, you can have some additional items with that. We ordered one cake which was a tea variety, and one cake which was chocolate variety. So we ordered that, and while we sipped that, we also went through what are the things that are there for sale. We decided to buy that. It was very reasonably priced, not something that would pinch your pocket, and you won't feel cheated because this kind of a very established setup. And you would see there are people around who are visiting this with locals and not with some guides. So our next stop as we went along was the Gregory Lake. It was something that was built in 1873 and is one of the top attractions of Nuwara Eliya. Our driver informed us about this particular lake, We didn't do that much research about this, but what we found out as we reached this particular place is that it is quite popular with the locals. So visitors come here to relax. The place is pretty famous for its water sport activities. It's a huge lake, actually. It's a huge lake, and very clean and scenic as well. And there is a type of one thing that caught our attraction was the kind of shrubs that were there in the water, as in like water hyacinth or whatever you call it. I'm not very familiar with that, but it was of a very different kind. Haven't seen this in the subcontinent before. And the water was clean as in obviously not near the shores, but you can literally see through the water as if you take a boat ride on the lake, you can see. So it's pretty clear, and the ecology is not that much disturbed through the tourism activities that are there. There are certain stalls outside where you can have food as well. From the Gregory Lake, almost for 2 hours, we drove, and for our next stop, the Ravana Waterfall. It is one of the widest waterfalls of Sri Lanka, with a height of around 82 feet. Some people climb the rocks nearby, some swim, but most people took a photo and left. It was more of a pit stop. In the surrounding, there are small stalls where people were selling souvenirs and food. Probably we went there at the wrong time, as in this place might be quite a sight during the monsoon season, but kind of popular with the locals. Again, few people you would find around this place. Kind of a nice waterfall, but we have seen bigger waterfalls, so there is nothing special about this. Because of the time that we went in December 21, which isn't the monsoon obviously, so maybe this would be a sight to behold in the monsoon season. Now, as we were reaching Yala in the evening, we were greeted by wild elephants on the way, just on the highway, as in literally in Sri Lanka I keep on saying that they come out of nowhere, as in like you have to expect an elephant coming through the side roads anytime. So we were greeted in Yala by the best possible welcome that we could have hoped for. And in the evening, we reached our hotel. We booked it through booking.com. The name of the hotel is Avonil Resort. It's a bit interior, as in there are certain properties that are there more closer to the national park, or at least in the main city. This one is a bit interior. It has a pool and an in-house restaurant as well. And the rooms are quite spacious. There is no doubt about it. It's large, very well ventilated. Cost us around $100 approximately for 2 nights. The beds are comfortable, washrooms are clean, and the staff, most importantly, was very helpful as well. If you leave for an early morning safari, they would give you packed breakfast as well.